Hello, hello. I hope everybody is doing good. Had some tech problems, but I am here. So, first, let me give you a welcome.
Are you ready to organize your amazing ideas into a powerful book? You are in the right place at the right time to learn how to write your book. Hi, I'm Joyce Class, and welcome to the Write Hour, nonfiction tips from the Write Coach team. We are so glad you joined us today.
All right, I'm back. Hello, hello. Tell me who's saying hi. It just says Facebook user over here, so I know who has joined me. I'm glad you're here. As you can see, I am missing my guest. I don't know what happened. I hope she's okay, but she did not show up. So I'm assuming maybe we got our times crossed or something, or she missed the link. I don't know. I've tried to reach out a couple different ways, but hopefully she is okay. And so I thought, you know what? It's overcoming procrastination with writing. Not procrastinating. I want to check out your video. It's Jenny. Oh, hey. Oh, Jenny, I'm glad you're here. Appreciate it. And what I wanted to, thank you. What I wanted to share with you is a couple of tips that help me with overcoming procrastinating, because I, like many of us, can be the queen of procrastinating. And I understand that. And sometimes life just gets in the way. And so comment here if life gets in the way for you sometimes with your writing. It does with most people. So don't feel bad if it does. There is not a writer alive, I can guarantee you, who has not had life just get in the way of their writing and they're not able to do what they want to do. So I'm glad you're here. I am glad that if you have any questions as I go along, please feel free to ask. I love to share with people. And so I thought, you know what, I'll hop on even though my guest couldn't make it today, because I have a couple things that could help you. The first one, when you're thinking about your writing time, is set some intention. This has always helped me. And if your intention is set, your brain knows, hey, today she's going to write, whether it's for an hour, for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Set your intention so that you know that you are going to write, because that sets you up for success. And that's what I mean by plan your times. Are you going to write in the morning? Are you going to write in the afternoon? Are you going to write on your lunch break? Are you going to write after work? Are you going to write before you go to bed? What is the best time for you to write? If you're a stay-at-home mom or parent, is it better for you to write when the kids are napping, or when they leave for school, or whatever? Find the time that works for you. That's what you need first. And then set the intention for that time. Because here's the thing. If you have this great idea for a book and you're waiting around for it to, I just realized my mic is really far away. Hopefully that's better. If you're waiting for, inspiration to just grab you and you're going to write that beautiful prose and it's going to come out and you're going to have this beautiful book published, that's a fantasy. Okay. That is a fantasy from a Hallmark movie, probably, that you're just going to sit around like, I can't think the girl's name on When Calls the Heart, and she's sitting there with her little typewriter, and her son's just playing beautifully, and nothing is going wrong, right? That doesn't happen in real life, okay? Something always can delay you, can distract you, and that's where you've got to be intentional. Yes, there's stuff that's going to happen, and you may have to set some boundaries with your family and say, hey, when I'm in my office or my room or my closet or wherever it is that I write, then you need to say, when mama's writing or when I'm writing, whether you got roommates or partners or whatever around, please do not disturb me for this 30 minutes, hour, whatever it is that you're taking this time for yourself. The way you're going to get that book written is a little bit at a time. Some days will go really great and it'll be fun, and some days you'll feel like you're just pulling it out of you and you're forcing yourself, and sometimes you got to force yourself, and that's okay. But set your intention. The other thing is tracking. When you go to lose weight, or athletes, what do? They keep up with their stats, right? They know how fast they've run, how far they swim, how fast the car went, if it's, race car driving, whatever the sport may be, they always keep up with the stats. So you want to keep up with your stats because two things. You can A, see your progress, and B, it gives you little wins along the way. Like, hey, I wrote 700 words today in an hour. Awesome. I haven't written 700 words in an hour. Or I wrote 1,000 words in 30 minutes. The longer you write, the faster you can write. And some days you're going to write more than others. It's just the way it is. And that's good. And you want growth. And if you track your time, if you track your word count or your time, how long you write, and your word count, then you will know, hey, I'm making progress. And you'll see those little wins along the way. And you go, hey, I got chapter 1 done in a week and a half instead of 2 weeks, whatever. You want to track your progress. And that is huge. And I love being able to track your progress. And if you sign up for our online for the 4 Steps to the Right book at therightcoach.biz, that's one of the things we give you as a writing planner to help you track that time. You can track word count, you can track your time, you can track both. It just depends on what you like to do. But then you'll also want, this is the other thing, to keep focus and see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because when you're writing that book, if you get in the middle of it, you're going to think, oh my goodness, is this ever going to get done? Because you'll feel like you're spinning your wheels sometimes, and you just kind of get tired in the middle. I call it the messy middle. Because you've come a long way, but you're not quite to the finish line yet. And that's where having these milestones that you want to create help. So, your milestones could be, hey, I've written 4 of my 8 chapters, or 5 of my 10 chapters, whatever it is. I'm halfway through. I'm 3/4 of the way through when I've got to chapter 7 or 9, whatever it is. Yes, tracking progress is important. This is this you still, Jenny? Is important. My critique partners keep me on task. We something 3,000 word count per week is what we're trying to do. So great. Yes. And that's a great word count, because do you average like 500 words a day or something like that to get to 3,000 words? Yes, it is, Jenny. And yes. Okay, good. So yes, that is great to track your progress. And she's talking about having critique partners. That's one of the last things, is to share this with someone. Share your goal with another writer. It could be another writer in this group. And that will help you keep the momentum, because when you have someone you can share it with, even if you just want to come and share it in the group, so we can say, show us your stats, or write it out and say, hey, my goal this week was 3,000 words and I made 3,300. So I went a little over my goal. Yay. And I'm working on chapter 2, chapter 5, whatever it is that you're working on. We would love to support you and encourage you on that journey. So you want to definitely have those milestones. And like having a 3,000 word goal is great. Because really, once you get into writing, 500 words really doesn't take that long to write. And the other thing that I haven't mentioned that I always mention is, when you're writing your book, don't worry about editing it at the same time. And some of those 3,000 words you could be editing. You could be editing that work. I don't suggest you do it on the same day or at the same time. So I know what Jerry Jenkins does, and I do something similar. And Jenny, tell me what you do. But if I write, say I write 500 words one day, The next day, I'll read over that before I start writing again and just do a quick, what I call surface edit, just looking for any typos or any, like, oh, I want to tweak a word here or there. Or if I think, oh, I need to add something, or I need to find a scripture or a quote or something to go with it that I think would add to it, I'll do that. And I'll do that first. And then I'll start my writing session. And yes, love Jerry. She does the same. Good. So what she's saying is write one day, and the next day do a quick edit of it before you start writing your next session of words. And that way, by the time the chapter's done, it's a pretty clean chapter. It's not perfect at this point, but it's clean. Then you go back and do a heavy edit. And that's what I like to do, is at the end of a chapter, then I'll go back and do a little bit heavier edit to make sure it's more like I want it. And then I'll start the next chapter. But the key is you do not write and edit at the same time. Those are not good because it's two parts of your brain. Writing is the creative side of your brain, and you're going to write more and write faster and be less exhausted when you just write, as well as if you're writing and trying to edit at the same time and think, oh, if I could say it better like this, or oh, does that comma go there or not? I'm not sure if that's where that comma goes. If you're trying to think about that and make it perfect while you write it, you're going to be exhausted. So please don't do that. Another thing is don't research and write. I had a client tell me he was doing that his book is heavily based on research. And so he'd be writing a chapter and he'd think, oh, I need to go look at that. And he'd go do some research on that and then come back and try to write. That's exhausting too. Have a time set aside that you work on research. And some of your writing time may be research time. And that's okay. You're not going to be writing 400 or 500 words every day if you need to do some research. But make sure that's a separate time than your writing time. Because, again, it's exhausting. Because research is that, again, it's that analytical. You're looking for information to support whatever you're writing, or maybe you're looking for good stories that you can share that are true, that support your work, whatever it is that you're trying to find information about. You don't want to be doing that at the same time as you're writing. So make sure that you aren't doing that. And I don't know who said, hey, Joyce, but hey, whoever that is, because it just says Facebook user, but thank you for saying, hey, if you can tell me who it is. Oh, it says Aisha. I'm looking on my iPad and I can see it. Aisha, I guess is how you say your name. Great to have you here, Aisha. And there's somebody else that I can't pronounce your name, but hello. Then glad you're here. And if any of you have any questions or a tip that you want to share, and thank you, Jenny, for sharing what you do with your group. I love that. The last thing that I'm going to say, well, two things actually. Is one thing that will help you is a book called Lifelong Writing Habit by Chris Fox. And I'm going to put that in the comments here. And also he has a book called 5,000 Words Per Hour. Both of those are excellent books in creating a writing habit and how to structure your writing time, as well as writing faster. The 5,000 words per hour is about writing faster. Let me get this, per hour by Chris Fox. So I'm getting that here, and then once it shows up, I'll put it up on the screen so everybody can see. Because I know not everybody's probably on Facebook, but there it is. Lifelong Writing Habit and 5,000 Words Per Hour by Chris Fox are great books to help you with your writing time. Now, if you're having trouble getting started, I created something called 6 Steps to Organize Your Ideas and Start Your Book Now. And that you can learn more about at therightcoach.biz/6 steps. Let me put that here. And that is $29, and it will help you. It has videos to help you each step of the way, and each step takes about 15 or 30 minutes. So within 2 hours or less, you can have your first chapter written, because I show you step by step how to do that. I give you, I've had some people had really good results with that. Shannon Nix is one of them that has told me that she really helped her. So if you want to go check out therightcoach.biz/6 steps, and then don't forget to check out Chris Fox. You can find both of his books on Amazon. Usually they're pretty cheap, like $2.99 for the Kindle version. And if you don't have to have a Kindle. If you get the Kindle version, you can put it on your phone or your iPad or tablet, whatever. So, but those two help you and getting that across. And in the 6-step guide, what I do is I show you the steps and I break it down. What I teach my clients, I broke it down to small, what I call micro steps, to help you get going. Because I know some people, it's just hard to get going. And if that's you, then the 6-step guide is a great way to get started. And I'd love to help you. If you want some accountability, I would love you in the Write My Book group. I'm in this group. That's where I'm streaming right now. Or if you're watching on the Write Coach page, look for the Write My Book group. And if you just do that in the search bar on Facebook, you'll see that, and you can join our group, and we would love to connect with you and support you and help you on your writing journey. That is what I love to do all the time, is help writers on their writing journey, whether you're at the very beginning, the middle, the end, wherever you're at. I love to help writers. And if anybody has any questions, if you're watching the replay, please leave a message, and I'll be happy to help you with any way I can. Or if you would like to know more about working with me, you can message me or go to therightcoach.biz, and there's on the contact page, there's what shows you how to message me or set up a time to talk about working with me. So, but if nobody has any other questions or comments, I'm going to wrap it up for today. And sorry about the tech gremlins I had. The other part of when I was trying to get started, my dad was having trouble on his computer, and so he turned off the computer and the internet by accident. So I had no internet for a few minutes. So on top of my guest going to MIA today, which hopefully she's okay, because I had spoken with her last week about this, and hopefully she's okay and we can have her back maybe next week. And I appreciate you being here today. And I thank you, too, for participating. If there's anything I can do to help or encourage you on your writing journey, please let me know, because that's what I love to do. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I know it's not the weekend, but it'll come here eventually. But have a great day, and I'll talk to everybody soon.